I not spark you wet? Look how dark you get when you mark for death. Trying to blow up like nitro and dynamite sticks. Yeah, that's smoke hydro, rock diamonds, that's sick. Got paid off my flow, right with my own clip. We can settle with the chrome and metal shit. I make it hot like a kettle kit. Who sent you?
The Modern Maverick.
Who sent you?
The Modern Maverick.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was don't hit me no more.
Shit happens in the biz.
It's life. It's the
In
biz.
the biz. Oh shit. We're back. It's another episode of the Modern Maverick podcast. Take 2 for episode 16. We did about 20 minutes now when my computer crashed and everything went to shit and didn't save anything.
We had comedy gold. We had something that we were going to submit to the Podcast Awards of America, if that exists.
Yeah, this was definitely podcast goal, but it's all gone.
It's all gone.
But we're starting over.
Settle for silver, bitches.
God damn it. All right, this episode 16 is brought to you by Orage Design, a renovation specialist with over 10 years experience in kitchens, bathrooms, and walk-in closets. Located in the greater Montreal area, Orage Design works with top designers to give you the best options at the best price and the best quality. Check out their website at www.oragedesign.com, ORAJDESIGN.com.
Orage Design, kitchens and modeling and stuff, or something like that. I did that in the first take. We're going to be repeating stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing it again, and we're not going to mention that we did it in the first take anymore because we don't want you guys to feel like you have to settle for second best. You know,
Pisses me off because I did a lot of...
serving a sloppy seconds.
God damn. Let's cheer again for...
Cheers.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot to cheers about. You were mentioning, again, we have to pretend, okay, from now on, we pretend this is the first original take.
Let's blank.
How many listeners do we now have?
Oh, the fuck, I was talking about this. And the average, I'm very happy because the last 3 episodes of the Modern Maverick podcast has averaged about between 80 and 90 downloads. To the people out there, that might not sound like a lot. But compared to the first 12 episodes where we average around 45 downloads and listens, 80 is almost double in only 3 episodes. So we're on the uprise, and I've been upping my Twitter followers.
Yeah.
I've got about 100 new followers in the last week.
Oh, wow.
So I'm working hard and upping my Twitter followers so I can get the message out there, because I really think that what we have going on here with the Modern Maverick podcast is we're doing. I love it. I like it. I like the dynamic we have between each other. And like I said before, I think that we never mentioned where or what the Modern Maverick podcast was all about. And we're not about anything in particular, and I think that's what attracts a lot of people. We're not a sports podcast. We're not an MMA podcast. Although we do love sports and MMA, we are big fanatic of both those things. Our slogan says it best, like you said earlier. It's life, sports, and shenanigans. And we basically talk about whatever's on our mind. We shoot the shit about whatever's on our mind or whatever's in the news this week. And it's a weekly podcast, and hopefully one day it'll be a daily or even,
a full-time job.
Yeah.
That's our dream, folks.
Yeah.
Make it happen. We don't want to work anymore.
So anybody out there that has companies that would like a bit of sponsor, that would like to throw some sponsorship our way, we're taking sponsorships right now. We got a lot of space.
Oh, yeah.
But,
come on. We could write awesome slogans and jingles like Orage Design. We redesign your cupboards, kitchens, and stuff.
Da-na-na-na. Jingle.
Come
We
on.
need a little, we need like a little synthesizer.
Yes, and we also need another good idea my brother brought up. We should get one ring bell. Bing.
Oh, yeah.
And like if we ever do like certain segments and
you
stuff,
said,
like bing.
That's right. That is a good idea.
And he's like, fuck, why don't you guys have a ring bell? He's like, you could
like,
probably steal one from a gym somewhere.
Yeah, and put it on the wall. We can nail it to the wall and just go bing. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Jeez, knock that down. The top 5, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
And,
what earlier? There was no earlier, remember?
Sorry,
there was none.
I forgot. So now that we had established what the Modern Maverick podcast is all about, I think that we're going, like we also spoke about, we didn't because it never happened, but I came up with a brand new logo for the Modern Maverick podcast. So check it out. You can view all the information, all our contact information. Want to get a hold of us, you go to modernmaverick.net. That's modernmaverick.net. You can see where you can download our podcast, listen to our podcast. I got a contact information, got an email, I got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got everything. Came up with a new logo. I added it to the website. I didn't add it to the website. I added it to the YouTube account, to the Podomatic account, to the iTunes account.
Your Twitter handle,
Twitter
Twitter logo,
everything.
a profile picture.
So I came up with it. I got home and I said, you know what? Fuck this, because I feel like I felt creative on Thursday.
Yeah, man. You were like, fuck this noise. We're going to change things up.
I booted up Photoshop and within an hour I had a new logo. I was happy with it.
Yeah.
I find that sometimes when I boot up Photoshop, like, because back a few years ago when I had my t-shirt company, I would start a new design, and then within the first 15 minutes I was like, I had the design, but then I'm like, oh, let me tweak this, and then like 3 hours later I hated the design because I tweaked this, tweaked that, and I was like you overthink it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You should just save it. The minute you like it a bit, you save, you close, you're like, I'm done.
Yep.
I find the mistake I used to do too is I tried to do I shoot like 3 or 4 designs per night, and then the next day I'd go, I'm like, I don't like any of them. I should just, and I always regretted just going. I got to go sometimes with your instinct, So
we overthink things. I'm guilty of that oftentimes. Is it often or often? Often. Whatever it is. What I'm trying to say.
Can you
is perfectionism sometimes can be a bitch.
Let me try to tilt the camera over here.
Tilt it up.
No.
We're moving the camera. We just moved the camera, folks.
Sorry about that.
That was the little delay in the audio feed.
It's hot as hell in here. I'm sorry about that. I'll be wiping my face. So if you're watching a video of this,
Told you, I'm fucking filing a complaint to the union.
Yeah, man.
The Podcasters of Canada.
So how about that NFL draft? Johnny Freefall.
Johnny Freefall. Freefalling. 22nd to the Cleveland Browns. That's like the third time they pick a quarterback in the first round in like the last 3 seasons or something.
How many quarterbacks have been picked in the first round that ended up being bust in the NFL?
A lot of them. You remember Ryan Leaf?
I don't.
You don't.
Ryan Leaf.
He was a huge bust.
Yeah, I think he was like one of the biggest busts in NFL.
He was first
history.
Overall, I think, too.
I remember that, yeah.
In the Chargers, I believe, maybe.
That was a long time ago.
It was.
In the 90s?
Yeah, it was probably in the 90s, mid-90s. I'm Googling it. Ryan Leaf. Okay. Mon frère me rappelle. Ignore his call this time.
You should put him on. Put him on live.
Let's put him on live. There we go. Yeah, that's why not. Let's get our first live caller. Hello, you're on the air. You are. Hi. What's up, Jeff? My brother's Mother's Day shopping for our mother, folks. What are you getting her the sweater thing? What's going on? Yeah, that's what I got. Okay. Anything you want to say to our podcasters, our podcast listeners?
Happy Mother's Day, all mothers, and hope the Bruins get smashed tonight.
And he doesn't even like the Habs. Thanks, Jeff. Okay, bye.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Yeah.
For tomorrow.
For the mommies, you got a mommy living with you with two children now, and Father's Day's around the corner for you. Me, I'm like where's Bachelor's Day?
Bachelor's Day.
Where's Bachelor's Day? Where's a day for me?
Singles bachelors. They should. You know what?
It's called Every Day, folks.
It's a great.
It's called Every Day.
It's a great segue. I went onto his website called statisticsbrain.com, and I found this because I was curious. I was like, you know what? I'm curious to find out what are how much money people spend on during these. I call them makeup holidays.
Yeah,
they're made up. Yeah. They're made up holidays. As much as mothers, fathers, and the whole world should be celebrated, especially mothers, fathers, okay, but mothers, they do a lot. And I was curious, so I went, you know what, I'm gonna Google this. I was like, how much money is generated in Mother's Day? All right, mutters,
get your mutters. Oh, I got Ryan Leaf info after coming up after
okay.
this.
Just quick. Let's see if you can guess this. Total amount of money spent on Mother's Day cards annually. This is
Total worldwide.
Worldwide. I think this is worldwide. Now I'm wrong because one other.
It's probably a holiday that's mostly celebrated in North America anyway.
It is only, but so how much money people spend on cards annually?
1 billion.
Oh, 671 million on cards. Sorry, excuse me. Here's the funny bit. Total amount of money spent on flowers for their mothers on Mother's Day, $1.9 billion.
Whoa.
And then down a little bit more, it says total amount of mothers in the world, 2 million. So let me get this straight. So
there's more than 2 million.
2 billion.
2 billion.
Sorry.
Okay.
So there's 2 billion mothers, but we only spend $1.9 billion. So there's a lot of mothers that ain't getting shot flowers.
Yeah, man. Man.
There's a lot of shitty mothers out there. No, I'm kidding. All right, sorry.
But no, that's it. Some countries, they're like, what are these bullshit freaking made up days? You know, like if you love your mother, you should appreciate her every day. You don't need a day for that. You don't need a day for Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? You think the Spanish need Valentine's Day to woo their lovers?
No, you're right. And every day should be Mother's Day. Oh, that was cheesy. But here's the interesting stat that I was looking for. Total amount of money spent on Mother's Day. Guess.
$4.5 billion.
More. $14.6 billion spent on Mother's Day.
That's a lot of Cirque du Soleil
when
tickets.
You tell me that Mother's Day, Father's Day, and other holidays like Valentine's Day aren't fabricated
by Hallmark,
by the banks or whatever, that's bullshit because you were spending $14.6 billion every year for Mother's Day. I didn't even want to look at other statistics on this. This is a great website, by the way, which they have all sorts of statistics.
Statistics Brain, you said?
Statisticbrain.com.
Nice.
And they have like Brett Hall career statistics. Out of the blue, I clicked on sports statistics.
Oh, they just get like random stuff.
They got random stuff. Brett Hall. What the fuck?
He's a superstar. He's the golden Brett.
He scored 50 goals in 50 games, Brett Hall.
He did.
How many players did Maurice Richard did
Maurice
that?
Richard, Wayne Gretzky, Lemieux, Yager, maybe. Did Yager do it? I don't know if Yager did it. Solani, I believe, did it.
Brett Hall,
maybe.
We just
yeah.
But they got Jake Hellenberger career statistics.
Jake Hellenberger, the
out
juggernaut.
of all the MMA players, they got Pacquiao. That's weird.
But we're back to sports. Let's talk about Ryan Leaf before we forget about this, because this is really good. So I was writing that he was drafted by the Chargers back in 1998, but he was picked number 2. And you know who he was going head to head with as the top quarterback in that draft? Peyton Manning.
Fuck off.
Peyton Manning. So just to say that
what year?
1998. So you have Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf. Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf. That's easy to say now.
So Ryan Leaf got drafted before Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and I think he's a crackhead or something now. Hold on. I saw a picture. It looked like he was in a prison suit. I don't know. Hold on. These are still just rumors, folks.
Talk about crack. Remember a few podcasts ago we spoke about the...
legal troubles. Oh, indicted on burglary and controlled substance charges.
Big surprise.
Got it.
Big bust. Remember a few podcasts ago we spoke about the sister in the 70s show?
Yes.
Did we mention she was dead?
No, is she dead?
She is dead.
Shit, I didn't know that.
She's been dead for a few years.
No.
Yes.
Damn it. Well, whatever.
No, I lie.
What? Well, you can't do that. I was going to write a card.
No, she is dead.
I'm going to write her a card.
Sorry.
Speaking of Hallmark.
She is dead, but she died this year.
She died this year.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Kelly.
Wasn't that her name on the show, Kelly?
Kelly Green. What's her fucking name?
Lori. Her name was Lori, right, on the show? Oh, that's all you got to do. Google
70s.
Lori 70s show. Crackhead.
Let's see who gets it.
Fucking Google. Love it.
God damn it.
Boom, there she is.
What's her name?
Lisa Robin Kelly.
Lisa Robin Kelly. And she died when?
Dead at 43. Oh, there it is. August 16, 2013.
So because I was watching, they had these comedy awards on TV this week, and they had always show like
a memoriam kind of thing, yeah.
And she was in there. I'm like, and then I show a picture of her to my girlfriend. I'm like, do you remember her?
Yeah,
she's like, yeah, I remember. Do you remember when? I'm like, she was a crack. She was a meth head, no? Meth head or crack whore?
Meth head, I believe.
Yeah. Did you see a picture?
Look how lovely that is. There we go.
She was so pretty too in the show, right?
She was pretty
Oh my God.
hot. She was pretty slutty too.
Yeah. I think the sluttiness.
Those are characters.
Do you find sluttiness like not like over sluttiness, but just like the like gives me like just like that tingle? It makes a girl like instead of being a 7, she's an 8.
Oh, yeah, it definitely helps until she's yours. Then you're like, stop being such a whore.
Yeah, bring it back down to a 5. All right. I know you can be an 8, but when we're in public, bring it to a 5.
Bring it to a 5. No more cleavage. I know what your tits look like. Nobody else needs to.
I saw a girl yesterday, and I feel old. I'm 33 years old, and I was coming back from work. I was in the car right here on Côte-Vertu, and this girl was wearing tight short jeans, shorts with like a crop top, this flowy crop top.
Jesus,
like
what day was this today?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Okay.
Jeez, wasn't that hot yesterday?
My mom is calling. I'm not gonna put my mom in the air. She's totally
Happy Mother's
French.
Day, stuff, Mom.
Yeah, and she. Anyway, she was hot. She was hot, but she was probably 12.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm exaggerating, but she was like maybe what? I don't know. I can't tell the age of these girls anymore.
Nah, me neither, man. That's why I aim for high.
Yeah,
I aim
you're
high
like-
age. You got to look 40. You got to look 40 now.
You know how they say when you go to the store and buy cigarettes or booze, if you look under 25, they're gonna card you.
Yeah.
Well, when you look at girls now, if they look
Look
under
under
40, you
Nah,
look away.
just keep walking.
Because
Keep
I've seen
walking.
girls that look mid-20s. I'm like, this girl's 25 for sure.
No.
Like, no, I'm 16.
Well, you go up and talk to them.
No. That's not-
No.
Yeah.
No. That was purely for the sake of creating a story.
Yes.
Oh man, funny stuff here.
You know what I mean? For the sake of the story, I did go talk to her,
Yeah.
and she told me she was 16.
Listen, I'm doing a report on good-looking women who could possibly be underage.
How old are you?
You know what I'm talking about, Mohammed? Here.
Yeah, pound that shit,
Fist bump.
Mohammed.
There we go.
So it's just funny.
Speaking of which, okay. So we've got the new studio, and we got the new look here. We got the cameras on the other side, folks.
Yeah.
And we got the posters, the laminates. Tyson, Ali, Marley, Murphy.
Sorry.
And Steph, what's going on, man? Black supremacist, you know? Like, where are the white people at?
I ain't putting no white
Where are
people
the white
my
people on the wall? Come on, give us some credit. You got a Tupac shirt on. You're denying your own people
Dude, I'm black
of the
inside.
right of being on your white walls, I may say. Your walls are white. But the studio's looking
point.
really good. Studio's looking
So
really good here.
Who should I put as a white person on the
I don't
wall?
know. Bill Murray. You should put a Bill Murray fan. Bill Murray's a cool
course
dude to
I
have
am,
up on your wall.
That's my next poster. So he just gave me an idea. I'm gonna fill it up with all those same prints all the way
Yeah,
down
man.
there. So, but that's my that.
I like it. It's nice. It's nice and simple, black and
Black.
white with the black and white pictures.
Yeah.
Black and white looks really sharp. Look like
It's hard to find. I ordered them from allposters.com. And
Yeah, I used to
they
order
got
a
a
lot
good
of
price.
shit
I mean,
back then.
I ordered that, and then you order, and then when they send it by the mail, they said, "Oh, you got 15% off." So then on your next so it's like you always, and then every other week I get 30% off on your next order and by email. I'm like,
Nice.
the fuck. That's how I ordered that. I got like 30% off. Sorry, I'm gassy. I got burps.
He's
Burps.
gassy, folks.
So, fucking Dr. Dre, you see that this week?
Dude, he's not legitimately, because they were calling him the first billionaire in hip hop, but he's not quite a billionaire. He sold Beats though to Apple with $3.2 billion.
But he doesn't own Beats 100%.
No, exactly. So it doesn't make him exactly a billionaire. With all that money, you think you can record a new album now, Dr. Dre?
Fuck Dr. Dre. When's his last time he had was it Chronic?
Dude, it was Chronic 2001, which was actually came out before 2001, but it was called Chronic 2001. And we've been waiting on this Detox album forever.
He's too busy
For
producing
fucking ever.
other albums.
Every song he's writing now, that's why it's all about my headphones. My headphones are awesome. Wait, fuck, I gotta stop rapping about that shit. Just got headphones on my mind. Now we can
3.2
maybe
billion. But does he own at least 33% of the company?
he must. I don't know. Like, it's
That'll
I
make
don't-
a
well, I
billion.
don't know, dude. I don't follow these things. When I read stuff like that, I'm like, "Pah," I spit on my own life, you know, and I just fucking go drown myself in the bottle of alcohol.
By the way, I'm wearing Beats. So if you want to
Seriously?
throw a little bit of that money this way,
Yeah, we'll
Dr.
give you some
Dre.
free promo.
we'll sponsor you, Dr. Dre. You need our sponsorship.
Oh yeah, people need to know who you are.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. He's
We'll open you up to a whole new clientele.
he's getting old.
Mm-hmm.
He must be 40s.
That's why he's got to rap. He's got to cut an album before he starts rapping about fucking The other day in the old folks' home, man was up to me and said, "Yo," and then, like that's horrible. That's horrible right now.
And then
that's
it shot his pants.
I actually rapped "yo" in there.
Yo.
That's like what am I? My mother? That's how my mother would rap. Yo, would you like some breakfast? Yo.
But they still do that, man. I'm having a hard time with music. I don't even listen to the current hip hop rap music that's out there.
Well,
It's really
I've
bad.
discovered a few good ones lately in the last couple of years. I don't think we've discussed them though. There hasn't been really many since then.
Yeah.
But like Schoolboy Q, really like his new album.
There's a few people.
Action Bronson keeps coming up with mixtapes and fucking shit online like
Kendrick
every 3
Lamar.
months. Kendrick Lamar's the
really
new king
hot.
of hip hop. I'm liking that Childish Gambino. You know him?
Yeah, he's the guy from Community.
The guy from Community. It's a little bit, he's got his like songs for the ladies, too. But he's got some skill and he's pretty fun to listen
His
to.
last album was it The Internet Made Me Do It or
Something like that, yeah. The internet, yeah.
something like that.
Something like that, something with the internet.
I discovered him a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what's his name? Danny Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Danny Glover.
Not
is
related
the
to Danny Glover, though.
Yeah. And I was like, he's a stand-up. He's a pretty funny stand-up comedian.
He's
too.
good, man. That guy's got talent. A little bit of everything. But he left Community to pursue his career as a rapper. And you know how he got his Childish Gambino nickname? It was through an online rapper name generator. You go and you like, put your first name, last name, blah, blah,
my
blah, and
God.
boom. And it just randomly picked Childish Gambino. And he ended up going with it.
That's a pretty cool name.
It's not bad. Not bad.
So those generators are useful for something.
You can get like your Wu-Tang name. You've ever generated your Wu-Tang name?
I've generated some things.
Hold on. I'm going to generate our Wu-Tang names right now.
All right, let's do it.
Boom, boom. Did I mention last time I went to see Ghostface?
You did?
I've seen Ghostface. I've seen the Wu-Tang. I've seen Method Man all in like the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And
What
in
was
my 20 years beforehand, I had only seen Method Man and Redman. So it's been a pretty good year for
Which
for
one was
Wu-Tang.
the best of all three?
The best show, I'd like to say it was the Wu show, but not everybody was there, so it kind of took something away from it. But it was a good show. But overall, for what you got, I think Red and Meth put on an awesome show.
Yeah, I've always liked their collaborations together.
Mm-hmm.
I always find to make some.
And they got a great dynamic. I mean, obviously making movies, TV shows, and shit.
Yeah.
And just live on stage, like Redman's just full of energy. He's funny, and they're always involved with the crowd. Funny moment from the show. They had a cop on stage behind, checking security, and it's cool, like as soon as the show starts, everyone's smoking and shit. Like all of a sudden, those rules don't apply anymore,
Yeah.
right? But somebody gives a bag of weed to Redman, and he happily grabs it until Method Man kind of nudges him while in the middle of the show, and you can tell he's going, "Yo, there's a cop behind, like put that shit back," and then casually, boom, gives it right back to the fan. He keeps going. I was like, "Thanks, but oh yeah, no thanks." There we go. Wu-Tang name generator. All right, so what do? You put our full names. So I'll start with you, Mr. Paulin. Dun-dun-dun.
Wu-Tang name generator.
You ready? You ready for your Wu-Tang name?
What up?
Insane Contender. Insane Contender.
And what about you? So my Wu-Tang.
Amateur Magician. What the fuck is that? What kind of name is that, man?
Shitty.
Hold on, maybe if I just put John instead of Jonathan, I'll get something cooler. Phantom Dominator. There we go.
So
Phantom Dominator.
So that you know what? If you hit the same, if you just hit enter again, it probably gives you another name.
If you don't even put anything, you get something. Arrogant Ambassador. It's the Arrogant Ambassador up in your canister.
What was mine again?
Yours is something contender. What was it? Insane Contender?
Insane Contender.
Insane Contender.
Wiping my forehead.
Looking mighty slender. Put your face in the blender.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Add some kale, make a shake. Don't make me break.
I can't do
I'm done.
the beats.
That kind of works. We're turning our podcast into a fucking hip hop battle. Here we go. Let's go. Your face is a disgrace.
Your mother's a whore.
Oh! He went there. He went there, folks. It's over. It's all over. Rabbit's the winner.
On Mother's Day,
Rabbit.
bitch. On Mother's Day, I called your mother a
Oh,
whore.
insane. And that's why he's the insane contender.
I'm like the black guy wiping my forehead every 5 minutes right now with my
Seriously.
towel. Holy shit, it's
That's
hot
why I
in
wet
here.
my hat beforehand. I was like, I'm going to keep it cool. It's the closest I get to fucking ventilation up here.
And the ice is all like
Ice and water. Oh, you know, did you see this thing? It went on Facebook a little bit there. It went a little bit viral. But it was calculating. It basically took the first 35,000 verses from rappers. You know, from the 90s, from today, everything. But they did the first 35,000 so that, like, Jay-Z, who's got several albums compared to Drake, who's only got a couple, would be on the same ground to see how many unique words each rapper used, to see what their extension of their vocabulary is, right? And
so when you say they took 35,000...
They took the first 35,000 words, I guess. Well, it said verses, so either it's each line, maybe I guess the first 35,000, sentences, I guess, or each little verse.
So from the rappers from
their career, from the to compare, to put them all on
35 in each rapper.
Each rapper, they took the first 35,000. So if that meant your first 5 albums, even though you cut 10, it's just so you're all on the same playing field. And it was pretty interesting to hear who was on top and who was at the bottom of the list.
So the person on top would have been the one with most unique words.
Most unique words. Exactly. Now I'm wondering if you can guess who would be in the top and who would be on the bottom.
Wow. On top what? Top 5?
Well, yeah. Like name guys, because you know the ones that are on the top. There's one that stands out that you may know.
Tupac?
No. No.
Talking rappers?
Talking rappers. Individual rappers. I'm getting the link so I can be exact with my.
I suck at this. I'm like only guys I can think about were Biggie,
come on,
Tupac, Jay-Z,
come on,
Dr. Dre.
I don't know why it's freezing on me now, but I'll tell you. Okay, so
please tell me it's not.
Fuck, I want the real freaking link.
What's it called? I'll have it. It's not working. Your internet's not working?
I don't know. I have it because here we go. Okay. Now my friend sent me the link. That's why I was trying to get the link to work. Here we go.
I just swallowed an ice cube.
Yeah. It sounded like it was a little brutal on the way down. Okay, here we go. So there's one that stands out in particular who is above 6,400 words, which seems to be a cutoff, the divider between him and everyone else. He's actually 7,392 unique words. All right.
When these okay, sorry, I'm
in the first 35,000 lyrics. So the first word. Out of 35,000, the first 35,000 words
he uses
they spoke.
7,000 different words.
7,392 words are used
once.
At least once. That's it. Not repeating the same word.
I get it. Okay. So if you use 35,000, you only have 100 different words.
Yeah, exactly. So
I got it.
So this guy is Aesop Rock. You know him?
Yeah, Aesop Rock. Yeah.
No, not Aesop Rocky, but Aesop Rock. You ever heard of him? He's a white dude. And if you haven't heard of him, you should check him out. He's pretty damn good. He's still very underground. Wow. But he really stands head and shoulders above the rest. Next is GZA. On only 2 solo albums, had 6,426 unique words.
Wow.
And then you see there's a few Wu-Tang members in there. You've got the Wu-Tang Clan overall, 5,895 unique words. You've got guys like Cannabis, who's famous for being a freestyle rapper, a great lyricist. You've got Kool Keith. Old school, you know him. Yeah. You got Cunning Linguists. You know them? Cunning Linguists?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Underground. RZA, again, more Wu-Tang members. Roots, also. And Ghostface Killah as an individual as well.
Jesus, Wu-Tang.
So there's your top. That's the top. That's over basically 5,500. Afterwards, you've got guys like Cool G Rap. You've got E40, MF Doom, Outkast. So you got a bit of Beastie Boys around the 5,000 range. In the middle of the pack, you got guys like Eminem. Surprisingly, I thought he would have been higher. KRS-One, thought he would have been higher as well in the 4,000 range. Rakim, Tribe Called Quest, Jay-Z, 4,500 words. Though, if you remember, he has a line about he used to rap like common sense, but now he wants to make dollars, so he's not, using all the verbal jib-jab and all that shit. But way down at the bottom of the list, 3,200 words. So this is less than half of Aesop Rock. Is where my dog's at? DMX. Apparently, each bark does not count as a unique word.
Half of his lyrics are a bark or
half. Well, that's it. So in half your words are. So there you go. No DMX. Big surprise. All the way. DMX too short at the bottom, and Drake
all the way at the bottom.
Only 3,500 as well. He started at the bottom, and he's still at the bottom.
Yeah. As far started as from the bottom, now we're here.
But Bone Thugs and Harmony not too far away as well. Fuck. So yeah, I thought this was a pretty interesting article. It was on Rappers. What's the link here? Rappers.mcdaniels.com. I don't know what McDaniels is, but anyway, just a number of unique words used in rap and stuff, and you'll find it. Pretty cool list.
That
little
is
graphic.
that is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're breaking it down, real dog.
Yeah, there you're getting OG.
OG, you're breaking it
Thinking
down.
of which, Gmail? No, ogmail.com.
OG mail.
You gotta use slang.
OGmail.com, bro. I can't. This is fucking with me right now.
Yeah, 2-pack's only at 3,900, under 4,000 for 2-pack.
Really?
Interesting, eh? You think
That's an interesting thing. If you, I
Kanye
never heard of
West
that guy,
right there.
ASAP Rock.
Aesop Rock. Aesop. AESOP Rock. That's why a lot of people saying, what's the deal with
Aesop
ASAP Rocky? No, not the same. But he's
He's a white guy too.
he's a white dude. You know, I've got a few of his tracks. I've never been an avid follower, but he's always ended up on a few mixtapes and stuff.
Wow. Aesop Rock. From California, from San Francisco. I know he resides there. Born in New York, of course. They're all born in New York. Wu-Tang Clan, they're all from
They're all, yeah, man.
Brooklyn. No? Staten
Island.
Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
Staten Island.
Yeah, man. That's where
Sounds
they made their
white.
name.
Staten Island. I thought it was
Staten Island's the way you say it. You
Staten.
say it white. That's why. Staten Island.
You're from Staten
You're
Island,
from
y'all.
Staten Island. Have you ever been to Staten Island?
Yo, Staten Island, y'all.
Hey, so your computer didn't crash. That's good. We've been going for how long now?
My computer is fucking with me right now.
Stop tapping shit.
Nah,
Stop
it's
doing
still
stuff with it.
recording.
It keeps fucking up.
Sorry, guys.
Nah.
We've been going on for 31 minutes. Huh?
31. Yeah, high five.
Yeah, we're good. Fuck, man. My body temperature is starting to...
It's hot. It's hot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to last the full 90 minutes.
Yeah, we're good.
That's what she said.
Drink.
Or that's what he said to she.
That's what he said to she.
That's
said
what
that
he
she said
got.
it. That's funny.
So what else is going on in the world?
Man, it's crazy.
Hey, you talked about this rant idea. You wanted to do a little rant. I got a rant for you right now.
got a rant?
We need-
Yeah.
How the fuck does Canada lose to France in hockey? That's what I want to know. I know it's the World Championships. I know it's not the most prestigious or important tournament because it's going on during the playoffs, of course. But we lost to France, for Christ's sake. They had Cristobal Huet in nets.
Former Montreal Canadian.
Antoine Roussel and Stephane Da Costa, the only two guys belonging to NHL teams, playing for teams. What a disaster! What a disgrace! There's no excuse. I don't care who you sent. I mean, they still had some plenty decent players on that team. I don't know how you lose to France in a shootout, no less. So step it up. Whether it's the Spengler Cup or the Canada Cup or the freaking World Cup, it don't matter. You wear the Canadian maple leaf on your jersey. Play with some pride. Don't lose to France.
They were playing Slovakia before we started the podcast.
Oh, did they? Well, let me
check
check this.
0-0.
0-0.
I wouldn't check this. My mom's still calling something.
Mommy wants to talk to you. Canada and Slovakia tied 1-1 in the third. Jesus.
Fuck, man.
I
Who's
heard
their best?
Ziggy Poffy and Peter Bondra, I heard, are playing for Slovakia.
Are you serious?
No, I don't know. Oh, they got Miroslav Shatan, though. I always liked him. Miroslav Shatan, or Satan.
When's the last time he played in...
It's been a while, but you know what? He should have been traded to the Devils. I think that would have been the best marketing freaking...
Shatan Devils.
Shatan! Getting the Devils jersey with Shatan in the back.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Give him number 666.
60. Yeah.
Make an exception. Give him 3 numbers. It'd be great.
30.
I'd fucking so buy that jersey.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Just like Marty St. Louis should have been traded to the Blues.
Yeah.
That'd be great too.
St. Louis. Oh, man. Yeah, I've been thinking about adding a segment, and you just introduced it. It was the modern. It's the, I want to call it the Maverick rant or the whatever, just a rant, just random rant. Because every week I find something that I want to fucking rant about. Mm-hmm. And here's mine. So yours was the Canada loss to France.
Short but sweet.
France has a hockey team.
France has a hockey team and they beat Canada. Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
You know what my rant's about?
What is it?
It's about the fucking UFC rankings.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And these fucking rankings are driving me up the fucking wall. And I'll tell you why. Sorry for all the swear words, but there's gonna be a lot, all right? I might break a record here. The UFC a few months or last year decided to fucking introduce these UFC official rankings because they never fully agreed with whatever was out there, such as SB Nation or SureDog or anything. There was always the pound for pound rankings and the top middleweights and heavyweights and everything. So UFC decided, you know what, we're going to come up with our own ranking and we're going to use that to make our matchups. Well, go fuck yourself, UFC, because you have not used these rankings properly, in my fucking opinion. Because you are, number one, the thing that made me do this rant was they removed Nate Diaz from the ranking
due to inactivity,
and TJ Grant due to inactivity. But they still have Dominic Cruz as number 9 on the fucking, was it bantamweight?
He hasn't fought since the 90s, right? Folks.
And you're telling me, nah, it's due to inactivity. No, it's due to you having a fucking childish beef with him because he doesn't want to fucking fight for pennies. And whatever. Nate Diaz, he is who he is. But the fucking, and sometimes I look at a big event, like, they'll have a pay-per-view event, and then after that, the rankings, they have the updated rankings, and they'll have people that goes up and down that didn't compete. They'll have people frog leaping over. Listen, the bottom line is UFC, listen to me, Dana White, if you're listening to my podcast, and you're not, I don't give a fuck. If you're not going to use these rankings to create proper fucking matchups, then don't introduce the fucking rankings at all. Like, I get that matchmaking is not easy, especially in most divisions where you have a dominant champion that's beaten everybody in their division, including 205, including middle. It doesn't fucking matter. If you're going to introduce rankings, you should fucking use these matchups accordingly. You should make your matchups according to these rankings and not just fucking just have a clusterfuck and just go, yeah, it's fucking turn the wheel right here. Let's have this guy and this guy. And my point exactly was like a fucking matchup for that Australian event they're going to have, where they're going to have a fucking guy that's lost 2 in a row versus a guy that's lost 3 in a row, main event, a fucking UFC event. To me, it doesn't make any sense. If you're going to have UFC rankings, please use them accordingly. If you're going to remove people for an activity, how about you remove the proper person? Dominic Cruz has not fought in, 3 years? 2 years. 2012, right?
Yeah, it's been at least 2 years, give or take. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly. I'm on the page right now. But I'm having a good time looking at Stephane Struve, a top 12, who hasn't fought in over a year.
Yeah, and you know what their point is
because they got nobody at heavyweight is why.
Stephane Struve is coming back. He's signed to fight Matt Mitrione. I get it. Okay, maybe, but doesn't matter. You don't keep him in the standings. Same thing with Dominic Cruz. Their argument for keeping them, when they said, well, you removed Nate Diaz, but Dominic Cruz, they said, well, he has a tentative fight on the way. He's starting to come back.
Dude, he hasn't fought in seriously since October of 2011
against Faber, right?
Against Johnson. He fought Demetrius Johnson after that. So he fought in July against Faber, then he fought in October against Johnson, and he hasn't fought since.
Nate Diaz can have a fight in 3 weeks if you offered him the right fight. It's not because he's injured or anything. You're just pissed off. Dana White sometimes acts like a little bitch, and it's starting to piss me off, especially when it comes to these rankings. So do me a fucking favor. Either get rid of these official UFC rankings and leave it to the media to decide who the fuck they're going to put atop, or just fucking use them just use them properly. So UFC rankings, go fuck yourself, all right? That was my rant.
BAM!
Bitch! Sorry for all the swear words, kids.
But
if you're 12 and you're listening to the Modern Maverick podcast, well, you're doing the right thing.
You're pretty cool. You're pretty cool 12-year-old.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So anyway, that was my rant. So sorry for all the negativity, but fuck, it pisses me off.
It's much more into detail than my rant was.
Sorry.
I have another rant. Stop posting pictures of your dinner on Facebook. That's it.
That's it. That's the rant.
That's it. Stop doing it. I don't need to know what you're having for dinner and lunch and breakfast every day. I don't. Nobody needs to know. Nobody cares.
People needs to start posting.
People need to find something better to do with their time. This is what people need to do.
Social media.
Pick up a book or something. I don't know.
I bought a book this week, by the way. My first book in forever. I hate reading.
The type you color
in? How'd you know? By the way,
I saw your markers on the
Don't
hallway.
knock it out. But sometimes my son, I'm like, do you want to color? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. And then I color with him for like an hour. It's fucking fun. Fuck that. It's fun to just sit there and color in and
color your troubles away.
I got a voicemail. My mom's called me twice. There's something wrong.
Something's up. You want to go take it?
Nah.
You want to go?
Nah. I mean, unless I hope nobody's died, but it's because I called her earlier and I was making plans with her.
That's probably why.
I was planning on going for dinner because Mother's Day is tomorrow, and tomorrow I got to go to my in-laws.
The in-laws. You do the in-laws.
Bigger
on Mother's
family.
Day. Bigger family.
Normally on Sundays. We
Yeah.
do that shit, man.
Yeah.
But that was
the Portuguese know how to eat the food, huh?
they don't know how to cook the food until eat the food. You know what I mean? Yo. Hey, yo.
Yo, that's not a Portuguese accent, by the way, but we doing it anyway.
They ain't no Portuguese accent. It's more like a broken.
Well, just think of a Brazilian UFC fighter talking to Joe Rogan.
My Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I put my jiu-jitsu.
But there you go. You got this guy whisper. There you go.
I like to thank God and the jiu-jitsu. I like good jiu-jitsu. I break away from his jiu-jitsu.
And Brazil.
I train a lot of Brazil, of jiu-jitsu. People listening right now are probably going,
what the hell kind of podcast is this shit? Why did I click on this link?
There's actually a UFC event tonight. Ultimate Fight.
Oh, that's right.
UFC Fight Night 40.
That's right.
My boy Matt Brown versus the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Eric Silva. I like to thank my Brazil in Jiu-Jitsu.
We'll see. Matt Brown can keep the streak going.
It'd be 7 in a row or 6 in a row.
I think it would be. Would that make 7? It would make 7.
7 in a row.
Yeah, man. Pretty impressive.
I think he lost his momentum after he got injured, though.
The momentum, you think he lost?
I think he lost in the momentum. I think he is not he is a very good fighter, but he was fighting on emotions and on momentum. And I think that if you ask me, I think that he might have lost that with his injury because he was supposed to fight Carlos Condit. And when he injured himself, I think that went out to shit.
Dude, man, he used to have like 500 record. Now he's like 20 and 11, man. It's pretty good.
But he has lost 11 fights.
But he has lost 11 fights. But yeah, he won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. 6 fights. Lost to Seth Basinski. So just to say, he's also lost to Brian Foster.
Basinski.
He's lost to Brian Foster, Ricardo Almeida. Yeah, it's been weird. But then he's gone on to beat guys, Chris Cope, Stephen Thompson, which Wonder Boy there had some hype going. That kind of got derailed.
Well, after his first fight, and I've seen that guy train.
Kicking.
He's a karate guy. His dad's a karate black belt or something like that. I've met him. He's a pretty nice guy.
Bring the karate back.
He used to come train at TriStar back in the day when I was a TriStar member. And it's pretty cool. But he's doing good now. He lost Brown, but he's come back pretty strong.
Has he? Let's see. I can't remember his last fight.
He's won 2 or 3 fights in a row now.
Oh yeah, he's only has the one loss. That's right. Yeah. That's right. He beat Nashawn Burrell, Chris Clemens, Robert Whitaker. So he's been beating some undercarders now.
Undercards, yeah.
Give him somebody good now. He's got a streak going. He's got a little bit of a win streak going. Let's see what he can do. Still very young. Wonder Boy. I've been doing a lot of singing in this podcast. I don't sing well, so I don't know why I'm doing it.
We spoke about Johnny Freefall earlier. And,
yeah.
The Cleveland Browns that drafted him. They have one of their receivers that's looking at like a year suspension.
Yeah, Josh Gordon, who was my freaking savior in last year's football pool. I drafted him knowing he had the suspension for the first few games. But once he came back, man, this dude was unbelievable. He was putting up some amazing numbers. And now he's going to get suspended, a year for smoking weed? Fuck
that shit. Fuck that rule where you
What happens if you play for the Broncos?
Weed. That's nothing. It's the NFL, man.
You know, I mean, it's legal. It's illegal in the state of Colorado, yet you get suspended. So, I mean, can we get over people?
We need to get over the weed issue,
it's not performance enhancing in any way. Only to the person maybe in their mind it is.
It's because the league is owned by old people that don't see that weed has no effect on if it does have an effect, it has a positive effect towards the players, in my opinion, either if it's for pain relief or just relaxing or just you're getting high. Bitch, you're not gonna run faster if I fucking smoke weed before or after or during a game.
If anything, it'll hinder.
Oh,
It'll hinder
damn.
your performance. If anything, don't fool yourselves.
Fuck, man.
Weed's not meant for doing sports with.
When I
although it can be
smoke
fun.
weed, I don't feel like running, yards to catch a football. You know what I mean? It's just,
you'd rather be doing it with a remote control in your hand.
yeah, maybe.
On your couch.
But my brain activity is not such to be an athlete while I'm high on the medicine. You know what I mean?
Medicine.
And it's driving me insane because these guys are, let's face it, it's part of his culture. It's probably something he's done all his life. He goes out with his buddies. He smokes a joint. Yeah, he has fun. He's not gonna stop that. And he gets popped in a fucking NFL where, I mean, it drives me insane. It drives me insane, and I see these guys, and now the Cleveland Browns are gonna lose him for the season.
Dude, it sucks.
Then
Like
you just brought
already,
in
I mean, he was one of the, one of the high notes from that team. I mean, they surprised some people. The Browns. Nobody thought they'd win more than maybe 2 games last season. They did pretty well, and he, like I said, he put up some ridiculous numbers. So.
They were better than 500 last year.
They floated right around it.
They didn't make the playoffs, but
Cleveland
they were
Browns
in contention.
Why do they have such an ugly no logo? Like they don't even have a logo, right? Why? It's just brown,
just orange.
Orange
and brown.
Orange and brown. I mean, they have, like, you see sometimes they have the dog, right? But it's not like an official logo.
So if I remember correctly, they have the Cleveland Browns that became the Baltimore Ravens, and then they brought back the Cleveland Browns, right?
You're asking me what now? Is that what happened? Yeah, I believe so.
So the team moved to Baltimore.
They disappeared for a while.
They brought him back, right?
No, they went to Baltimore. But Baltimore's got a team.
But before Baltimore.
Baltimore
didn't have a team. The Ravens were a new team. The Browns became the Ravens.
That's right. Oh, they were the Cleveland Rams, remember? That was back in 1945.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, bro. Get back in the century.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, can you blame them? City of Cleveland, not exactly awe-inspiring. But they had LeBron for a while. They had him for a while.
That's funny because LeBron and Manziel are like best chummies.
Are they really?
Yeah, he was hoping because apparently LeBron James is a Dallas Cowboys fan for some fucking reason.
Another reason to dislike the dude.
Yeah. And he wanted his boy Manziel to get. Everybody thought that if the Cowboys got the opportunity, they would draft Manziel because he's a Texas boy and he's homegrown. They would draft him. But why would you draft him? You have a fucking number 1 quarterback that could. All right, Romo is not the best quarterback, but he has, he's not that shitty. So, anyway, I'm not surprised that Johnny Manziel fell that far. I think he was overhyped.
No, and he did not want to play in Texas. He did not want to play within the state of Texas. It would have been too much of a circus. It would have been the Manziel circus.
All right, give me a sec. My mom's calling. Keep it going.
We're going to keep it going. So he was correct, by the way, with the whole Browns and Ravens thing. So good for you, Steph. Some stuff about football and whatnot. And other than that, like I said, Canada should not be losing to France ever, 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 ever again. And what else is new, folks? Well, you know what? I'm a little behind, but I got into that Hannibal show. And I don't know if you're watching it. And I'm a huge fan of, the series, going back to the books, Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal. And I had my doubts regarding the whole reimagining, I guess, of the character, going back into history. But I got to say, it's pretty good, and I am hooked. Talking about this Hannibal show. Have you watched it?
Hannibal?
Have you watched Hannibal? It's basically, it goes back...
for Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter, and it's based on basically an expansion of the Red Dragon book and movie that was later made, and the original Manhunter.
They're in season 2 right now.
Not bad. It's season 2. I'm catching up on season 1. I'm binge watching that because that's what I do now.
I watched the first ever episode when it came on last year.
Yeah.
I just happened to. I remember hearing about it, the build up to the show, and so I ended up watching the first ever episode. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good show, and I never got into anything. I never watched another episode. It's got its CSI-ish moments, where it's kind of like there's a new murderer almost every episode and whatnot. Yeah. But I like that they're going into the characters, that it is a developing storyline. It's not just each individual episode is a new CSI episode. So I'm liking it. It's pretty good. So there's
they got Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Hannibal Lecter, and if you remember, he was Le Chiffre in Casino Royale.
James Brown. Yeah, he's a pretty badass.
I like him. Does a good job. I like it. So yeah, my recommendation of the week: Hannibal the series.
Did we talk about From Dusk Till Dawn? Remember you spoke
We
about
did. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Is it over yet? Because I'm just gonna binge watch that shit too. That's what I do now.
I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. I think I told you about this on the last week's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about the podcast is that after a while you're repeating yourself, but you're like, did we speak about this? Yeah, we did speak about this on the last podcast, and then you could just add or stuff like that.
Yeah, you can
kind of like that because it's like we're building like a niche. If you say, like, after a while,
well, that's it. There's certain things that we'll revisit.
We spoke about this a million times. Like, I listen to the popular podcasts, and they're up to like 400 or 500 episodes, and it's always like, we spoke about this numerous times. We showed this video numerous times, but it doesn't matter. I still enjoy it and different perspective added to the
it makes sense.
things.
You're listening to the same artists. You're watching the same shows. You're rooting for the same team from week to week. So I mean,
not
eventually,
only that, exactly.
The topics.
I'm the
stuff
same
that you
person.
follow.
Week to
you're the
week.
same person. Exactly.
I'm gonna have the same similar.
I mean, if somebody with schizophrenia had a podcast, that would be fun.
Just for every week, you're like,
that would be pretty cool.
Who's
going to show up this week? I don't know.
Just roll the dice.
That could be fun.
Fuck, man. I wanted to talk about something that's very not popular, but I saw something this week.
That's a great way to start a segment, by the way.
Before I start that segment, did you ever see Blackfish?
Blackfish.
It's a documentary on orcas and SeaWorld.
Oh, no, I haven't. No, that's on Netflix, eh?
Yeah.
No,
So
I haven't
watched
seen that
it last night.
And?
God damn, it's a bit depressing, but holy fuck, man. Wow, it really opens your eyes, man. Yeah. Really, like, orcas are mammals that are extremely fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
They're probably, I don't want to say more intelligent, because sometimes when I see humans doing shitty stuff, it makes me think that we're not that fucking intelligent.
An orca would never rob a liquor store, for example.
But they're very family oriented when they're in the wild, and they're amazing. They have their own humans have been. They never really confirmed that they have their own language because they want to believe that only humans can speak, but they definitely have their own dialect and stuff like that. And they can actually communicate, and they can actually
whale sounds.
They have emotions, and anyway, it's my recommendation of the week. If you have Netflix or anything, watch Blackfish. Don't watch it if you're looking to laugh or have a good time.
Oh God, no! Unless the idea of massacring. Well, there's no massacring. It's more about just like, I guess, what kind of torturous, like,
it's mostly about
training
one
and stuff.
whale they concentrate about, and it's called
it's not like
Tilikum is the whale they mostly speak about, which is a big male that has killed a few
living up to his name
and
of the killer whale.
And he used to be in somewhere in British Columbia when he first started, and then he apparently killed, but they was documented as as an accident.
Can't prove it. They can't get his prints.
Yeah, and then and nobody was there. And then they moved him to Orlando, I believe, and he's been there. He's still there. He still does shows, but he's less and less in the.
He's become a drinker, I think, in his older age, I believe. But it's not as depressing as like The Cove or
what's The Cove?
The one with the dolphin slaughter. You must.
Oh no, I don't
like those. One of the one with the sharks too.
There's no slaughtering.
Those are tough.
They're slaughtering of
those
humans.
Are tough documentaries to watch.
And Blackfish.
Well, we're used to that.
But yeah, we got lots of those. But no, what's it? You said The Cove?
The Cove.
Yeah. I go on Netflix and I'm like, I wanted to watch Gonzo yesterday, but which is the documentary on
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, but I knew my girlfriend wouldn't be into that, but she probably doesn't know. I'm not saying she doesn't know. If I told her who he was, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know who he is."
Yeah,
but she wouldn't be.
She's not
into
a fan follower. Yeah,
and but I think that's my next documentary I'm gonna watch is Gonzo, because apparently it's really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. No,
you have Netflix, right?
I do. I don't know why I haven't watched it. It's something I would watch, but I don't know. I always
prices
find
are going
else.
up too. I heard. Netflix.
But if you remember your
you keep the same
2 years, it's going up. It's going up by $1. It's going up by $1.
That's
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. $8 a month, $9
I pay
a month.
$50. Right? It's amazing.
It's
$7.
Awesome.
Fuck. Okay, they don't have the fucking new Avengers movie, or maybe they do, but they don't have every movie. But still, man, you can go for hours looking at.
And
shit
hey, they say they're increasing the price so that they can increase their library. So maybe it'll
maybe
be worth
good.
it, for $1. But for us, if you're a member already, it doesn't matter. 2 years, you're sealed in at $7.99.
Where's the movie industry going anyway? Like with with all the blockbusters closing.
I noticed there's another. There's Megaflix or something. Have you noticed this pop-up ad coming up? And when you're watching a video or something online,
No.
I found it. I don't know what kind of movies they have. I can't imagine it's up on the same level as Netflix is, considering I've never heard of it. Megaflix, I believe that's what it's called, and it's Flix with an X as well. So they're really
Watch movies instantly. Start your free trial.
But what is it? Can we see the library? Like, I don't know if it's any good. Like, what do they got? Like B movies, like starring Shannon Doherty and
Find your video.
Michael Madsen.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of movies I've never seen in my life.
So-
Bloodstained Romance.
There you go. What do they charge? 99 cents a month?
Unrated.
I mean, Crackle's free. I mean, if you
Homeland.
just want to watch movies. Oh, they got Homeland, really?
Is the Homeland a show? That's a show?
Homeland,
right?
the TV show?
No, it's a movie.
Oh,
it's not
it's a
the
different
show.
one.
I'm like, that don't know that. It looks like a shitty ass thing. Their website is shitty as fuck.
Yeah. What is Netflix.net?
Huh?
Megaflix.
Megaflix.net.
It is .net too.
Don't knock the net because our website's
No,
.net.
nothing wrong with nets.
I got .net because .com was taken, but if you go to modernmaverick.com, there's nothing. It's just the guy owns the name and it's not.
He's just
doing
holding
anything
on
in
to it, eh?
He something my dick.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, I ain't paying for
pretty
shit.
shitty looking.
He wanted 99. He wanted $1,000 for the name. I'm like,
1,000.
That's what, yeah, or 2,900. I'm like,
Jesus.
yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'll just take .net. I'll take .biz. I'll take .me before I go buy .com.
Who's he think's gonna freaking?
They should do like .jizz.
Here you go. Yeah, seriously, I've never heard of these 5 movies. They show 5 movies and I've never heard of
Yeah.
it. So way to go, Megaflix. Nobody's gonna fucking subscribe to this shit.
Fuck. But seriously though, like when's the last time you went to Blockbuster and rented a movie? Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore. But when's the last time you went somewhere and rented a DVD? It must be at least 6-7 years ago.
At least I don't remember the last time I rented a DVD. It was way before Blockbuster closed. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much. But I mean, I've been with Netflix since the beginning, and I mean,
I've
whatever.
been
We
with Netflix
download
for-
stuff. I buy stuff. What do you want? I don't go to the movies, the theaters.
I have an
much
Apple
anymore.
TV. I can download anything on Apple TV.
Last time I went to see a movie, I think it was fucking Avatar in 3D.
Oh, yeah?
Might have been the last time.
I go with my
No,
son.
I went to see The Hunger Games.
I go
The
with my
original
son
one.
once in a
It's
while.
stuck
He
with a
enjoys the
date.
theater. Which one? Hunger
Hunger
Games.
Games. It was a date.
The first one?
I got dumped after the movie.
Oh,
I
that sucks.
toughed out sitting. Yeah, the first one. What a
first
stupid one. That's an awkward moment. Why'd you make me sit through that shitty movie for 2 hours? Just done it before. Would have been easier.
So what's the worst? What's the craziest movie you've brought a date to?
Craziest movie I brought a date to. I haven't brought
First
any-
date movie. Craziest movie. Go.
I haven't seen crazy movies on first dates. I did see Van Helsing. I went to see that. That was a horrible fucking movie. I took a first date to that movie.
I took a first
with
date.
Hugh Jackman.
I took a first date. I remember.
I
taking
took a
this
date
girl-
to Traffic. Remember Traffic?
Yeah.
She was bored out of her mind.
I took a date to Saw.
Saw
The first one.
Now that's a classy move.
I was like, oh my god, what the fuck, man.
Did you not know what Saw was?
I had an idea. I didn't know it was so.
Was she goth?
Fucking
Did she like black nail polish and
No,
black
not at
lipstick?
all. Quite the contrary, actually. It doesn't matter. It still got me laid.
Yeah, well, good for you, man.
She got scared.
Are you scared? Let me take your hand. You did it the mic too.
Yeah.
I love the swivel. Oh, yours isn't.
We
Oh,
just
you have
lost
the-
like
you have the lampshade swivel.
all our women audience.
Yeah.
We just lost them all.
Let's not kid ourselves. No chicks are listening to us. What kind of chick?
No, do you know what? There's I think there is quite a few chicks.
Well, then I take it back.
Yeah, no, you don't.
We
Fuck
cater
that
to you,
shit.
ladies. We love
God,
you.
come on.
We love you all.
I remember the only other first date movie I went to was The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio.
The beach. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, that girl broke my heart. That sucks.
What was her name again?
The girl
The girl.
in The Beach.
Oh,
I'm
you're talking about the girl.
I went
Oh,
to
the girl you went to see the
with.
movie with. I was thinking of the chick because
I'm
she was
not
pretty
talking
hot.
about that girl.
I thought I was like, the poor French guy. Remember Etienne? Remember he used to call him Etienne?
Yeah.
And he stole Etienne's girl. What an ass.
Yeah, he ended up being a bitch at the end. Know that guy?
And then Tilda Swinton, the evil, pale leader of the crew.
Tilda
of the
Swinton.
beach.
She is a creepy motherfucker. That woman.
She be creepy.
Wow.
She be creepy.
Anyway, that was
She is the white people. What Vijay Singh is the black people.
They deny her. They deny him. He's not black.
He's just he's just really black, and she's just really
Vijay
white.
Singh?
Yeah.
Isn't he like Indian?
He's from Fiji. I mean, he's got like a really black complexion. Is what I'm trying to say here.
yeah.
I'm not going racist. I'm not going racist with this. All right. I'm just saying
Dude,
he's really dark.
fucking
And she's
racist,
I'm really
bro.
pale too. I'm really pale too, but I'm not Tilda Swinton pale. I'm just
She
saying.
is one pale. Do you know who else is pale?
Get some sun, girl. Get some sun.
I know you don't watch much of it, but the new WWE Diva champion. Her name is Paige.
Paige.
She's British.
Okay.
She is pale as fuck,
Really?
but she's hot.
She redhead.
She is blackhead.
She's a blue. Is that what we're calling them?
Yeah.
Blackhead.
She's
Just like the pimple.
She is a dark hair. She is pale, white, not Seamus white. Every time I watch wrestling,
What's
my
her name?
girlfriend-
Paige.
Paige. Paige.
Let's take over.
She's got this little piercing on her lip right here.
All right.
Yeah, she's sexy. She's not skinny. She's like just like.
Oh, yeah, look at you.
She's pretty a little bit.
We interrupt this podcast
We're
for a boner alert. Come here.
We are pigs, ladies and gentlemen. In
Happy
case you didn't
Mother's
know,
Day. Happy
you're gonna
Mother's
find out a lot about us in
Happy
the upcoming podcast. We are a bunch of pigs. We're men, basically. We are.
We're men.
Women like to discuss,
Real
think that men are nice. We're animals. We really are. If you're a real man, you're an
All
animal.
humans are.
You think?
Hey, Canada's leading Slovakia 4-1. Looks
There
like they're
we
not going to
go.
blow this one. Thank you, Canada, for redeeming yourselves.
Don't talk too fast, man.
Come on. It's
Imagine
4-1.
if you lost.
It's 4-1.
Like Pittsburgh last night, it lost 5-1.
Yeah.
They let
How
one
about
slip.
well, they can't win them all, and the Rangers got to win one just to tease their fans into thinking they've got a chance.
You think?
That team is cursed forever? I'm putting a bet until the day.
So you're telling me there's
until
no
the day,
So-
as long as we know each other,
They'll
that
never win
team
the
will
cup.
never win the cup.
You think?
That's my prediction.
Why do you think they're so cursed?
I don't know. It's just there's something about that team being cursed. I don't know. Messier was able to break it for them, but
God damn.
it's just the way they build their team.
I don't understand how they spend so much
Teams
money.
they've had over the years that haven't been able to do it. I think if they haven't been able to pull it off yet,
It's not going
it's
to
going
happen.
to take a drastic change of the way they run that team. I guess it's going to take a completely.
When's the
new
last
outlook.
time they dominated the whole entire season?
I don't know.
I think it was a few seasons ago where they actually finished first.
But even then, we knew
But-
it was the Rangers.
It's like once you hit the playoffs have been weird this year because especially if I watch not just in hockey but in the NBA where all the favorites have kind of like they've kind of limped into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Where they weren't really on a hot streak when they went in. You know what I mean?
No. Well,
Which
the
is
Bruins
very
went into
important.
on a big streak.
But it like let's take the Indiana Pacers it took them a while. Now they're kind of getting back, but they lost like 8 in a row before
Did
they
they
got to the
really?
playoffs. Then they lost. They had to go to 7 games against in the first round. So it was like, God damn.
I watched OKC and the Clippers last night.
Yeah.
Got to see. I haven't watched much NBA.
Do you know what
this
you didn't
season,
see in
but
that
Kevin
game?
Durant, holy shit, man!
He's. Do you
Dude
know
got
what you
some
didn't see? His defense.
His defense, yeah, no
There's
kidding.
no defense in those games. Two offensive dominating team. Yeah, Durant is.
He's something for a guy
amazing.
his size. He's tall and lanky, but he's got some finesse.
Did you see his MVP speech? Made everybody cry.
Yeah,
I didn't. I don't want to cry. I didn't listen to it.
No,
he
but,
thanked. He dedicated the MVP to his mother.
to his mom. Great
His mother. His mother on Mother's Day.
Ooh.
Thank all the mothers out there for.
Thank
So being you,
mothers
just be you.
for giving birth to you.
I was gonna say
Pretty much.
something. Wow.
Thanks for giving birth to me, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. That's the only card that should ever exist for Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
Thanks for
Being that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
toughing it out.
Thanks for taking it. Wow, that could go a lot of different
Thanks for
ways.
not going the coat hanger route.
So big Saturday night tonight.
Yeah, we got some UFC. We've got the Bruins and the Habs, and some beers on the horizon for me.
LA and Anaheim tonight.
LA, Anaheim. Anaheim's making a series out of it. Won game 3, so that's cool. Because I don't like seeing these sweeps, especially the West Coast games. I get to stay up late and watch these games, so I want to see them on during the week. I want to be able to come home and watch a full game of hockey at 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's cool. It's fun.
There was by the way, back to a bit of MMA. Did you follow Bellator at all?
Really only mostly in print. I don't watch much, but I'll usually follow up with the results.
They have their first official pay-per-view next week, and Alvarez fucking out with a concussion.
It's another thing that's cursed is Bellator. Their pay-per-views. Bellator pay-per-views are cursed.
They had a show yesterday.
Yeah, not many big names on the card.
Tito Ortiz is fighting this 185 pound champion,
Alexander Shlemenko.
That guy's a fucking. That guy's like 50 wins.
He hasn't lost in a while, man.
50, almost 60 fights. Got 50 wins. How's this guy not in the UFC?
Yeah, but about a quarter of those fights were against chickens,
Cans.
like actual chickens.
Chicken. At least he's not fighting bears like Ahmed. No, I can't pronounce his name. That Russian guy in the UFC. You see the video of him.
The Nurmagomedov.
That guy.
You know, we know who we're talking about. We just can't say his freaking name.
Wrestling bears when he was like 5 years old, and now he posted a new video of him wrestling a bear.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He's actually wrestling a bear. That is amazing.
Yeah. As a kid, this video came out, and he denied that it was him a few years last year, and then he finally said, "No, that's me." He's like itty bitty kid just wrestling a bear. Bear goes for a single, a double, a ankle pick. Beautiful takedown. I'm like, get the bear in the UFC.
He had him in a go flato for a little while. It was unbelievable.
And
unbelievable. A bear can pull rubber guard. I mean, that's something to see. A bear in rubber guard.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's this little itty bitty paws.
Itty bitty paws. Huge claws, though.
Just
got my eyes, Ref. He got my eye.
Okay, I'm gonna kill you now.
Okay, fun games are over.
It's like, okay, we're done playing. Fuck that. But what I was getting to is that did you see the new gloves that Bellator?
Yeah, I read the article about it and made with Everlast.
Dude,
they've been working.
I don't know if I'm just being, but I love them. I've seen them.
You've seen them, yeah?
them. I watched the picture. The picture, they make sense. I've been saying for a long time that the UFC gloves are the shittiest thing you could put on a guy's hand before going to a fight.
To that extent?
Listen. Have you ever seen a real UFC glove? There's padding here. It's basically a strip of padding, but there's nothing that really... I see a lot of these guys, especially in a smaller weight class, where they don't have the muscle mass to fill the gloves properly. So they might fill the glove on their hand because they're different sizes.
Yeah.
When it comes to the wrist thing, you see a lot of these guys where their fucking wrist... Listen, when you fight and you can put your wrist like this, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Okay.
It should be straight, because you can punch somebody. If your wrist is able to move like this, I'm gonna punch you. My wrist is gonna break. My hand is gonna break. My phalanges are gonna break. My
phalanges.
You know what? My metacarpals are gonna. But this glove, number one, its padding is amazing. Plus, it's curved, so it keeps your fingers down. So the fucking eye
avoid
pokes.
the poking.
Yeah. So you can put your hand up like this, but you can't stretch it out. You really have to force it, I think, to stretch it out. Just Google new Bellator glove.
I'm doing it.
And Bjorn in Bellator said he is more than willing to share the technology with UFC. And I think the UFC should fucking put their
look at that.
their cocks away and just accept it, because they need to change the gloves, man.
Hey, there hasn't been a handbrake since they've introduced
last
them.
9 events.
9 events, no handbrakes.
And sorry, but how many fucking handbrakes? Look at Dominic Cruz. We're not just talking about his fucking ACL, and that's kept him out for the last 3 years. He broke his hand 2 or 3 times every fight. You're punching people in the face. You got these small ass gloves that aren't really designed to keep you from breaking your hand.
Hey, remember that movie Gladiator with Brian Dennehy? Top of the head, hardest part of the body.
You just lean about
those early UFC days when they had underground fight movies every once in a while.
But cool. I think the UFC should really look into this, and they should really look into making. And another somebody made a good point this week. Another better glove than the UFC was the Pride gloves.
They were better too.
Of course, they were better because they had longer fingers. They could keep you from stretching it out completely. Not only that, you guys bought Pride. Just bring the fucking glove, put in black, put UFC on it.
It's got to be a tap out thing.
You bought
the gloves are made
thing.
by tap out. Are the gloves made by tap out?
No, they're made by I don't know who
UFC gets them made, but they're
by now.
branded UFC. They're not branded Tap Out.
But I'm like, holy fuck, man! It's the whole grappling thing. Do you think that, dude? How many, like you said, like when you're grappling, you can grapple with your fingers taped together. In my opinion, you can grab as long as it's not a boxing glove. You can move your fingers. You can do this. You can't do any joint manipulation, especially in the fingers. So why? To me,
You don't need to be able to play the piano with them, is what you're trying to say.
You need to be able to punch someone in the face and not worry about bringing your fucking hands. That's what I'm talking about.
Rat number 2.
Fuck shit up,
Fuck
bro.
shit, bitch.
How long we been going on? It's
I don't know. It's getting hot, and
call it quits because
we
my
may,
girlfriend just emailed me.
It's been a late one. It's been a long one.
4:00.
If we go back to the original stuff.
Hour and 10 minutes. So we're gonna call it quits for today because we did an extra 20 minutes before, and shit went down.
Nobody will ever get to hear or see it. It's a shame.
But again, I'd like to thank our first official sponsor, Orage Design.
Orage Design. Sorry.
Check him out at oragedesign.com, www.oragedesign.com. Thanks a lot for listening, and we're gonna keep spitting these podcasts out on a weekly, on the weekly basis, and information. Check out our website www.modernmaverick.net. Check me out at Stephane Paulin on the Twitter, and on the Facebook at facebook.com The Modern Maverick Podcast. No, it's The Modern Maverick.
Get your shit straight.
/ The Modern Maverick.
You know, you can just Google it and you'll find it now.
Yeah, I don't really.
It pops right up. It's awesome.
My phone. Google? What's that?
Go. I don't know.
They
Until they give us money, I don't know.
Dude, by the way, before we end, Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that show.
Yes, you told me about it. Is it that good?
Fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
All right.
I'm into episode 5.
It's too much shit.
TJ Miller is hilarious. The last episode you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
Well, I got to start from the beginning.
Yeah, but episode 4 where they go with the logo and they hire this Mexican street artist to paint their logo.
Okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's a really good show. So thanks to our listeners for tuning in and just listening to our shit.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week with more of the Modern Maverick podcast. And well, you know what? We out, bitch. Peace.
Oh,
Boom.
fist bump, Muhammad.
All right. See you later. Ciao.